It looks as if it might lead all the way to Oz. It's called the Lawn Walk, a famously straight shot to Windsor Castle that's 20 miles west of London, a palace full of history, home to 39 British monarchs, including Queen Elizabeth. It was founded back in the 11th century. Modern times will embrace the royal family right here in Windsor's most sacred space. Good evening to you. I'm Gail King, and this is St. George's Chapel, where Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will wed. Harry was baptized here in the arms of his mother, Princess Diana. He has said that he carries her spirit within him. Meghan Markle is not like anyone the royal family has known. And here's the news. Everyone seems just fine with that. They are storybook characters living very real lives. The ultimate modern-day couple. Their love caught the world off guard, everyone except for Harry and Meghan, who knew exactly what they were looking for.
I never thought someone I knew would be a future princess.
Congratulations from all of us.
But if it was going to be anybody, yeah, it makes sense that it was Meg. She's beautiful, she's warm, she's welcoming. I wasn't surprised.
Have you heard? There is breaking news out of London this morning.
Royal Highness, take one.
She was always a princess. Meghan was always a princess.
Meghan Markle was born and raised in the Kingdom of Los Angeles. Royalty only in her child's imagination.
Your Highness, great party.
Meghan's mother, Doria Raglan, is a yoga instructor and social worker. Her father, Thomas Markle, was an Emmy Award-winning lighting director. Although Meghan's parents split when she was 2, they remained close-knit at that time.
She never heard her father or her mother say an unkind thing about the other.
Meghan's father remained a steady presence in her life while she was growing up. She later joked that she was practically raised on the set of the irreverent sitcom Married with Children. That's where her father worked for a decade.
Which is a really odd place for a little girl to grow up, let me tell you.
But it was not all levity in film sets. Her parents were aware that as a biracial child, Meghan might face challenges, so they made her feel special instead of different.
She told a very touching story about being in 7th grade and having to fill in a box.
Caucasian,
black,
yeah.
Hispanic. To check black meant she was kind of insulting her father. And to check Caucasian would be a kind of renunciation of her mother.
Meghan's mother was a descendant of slaves.
She put down her pencil and she didn't do it. And her father said a wonderful thing to her, which I think kind of helped to define her for the rest of her life. He said, well, you know, you make your own box, that she is who she is and not defined by race.
Sam Kashner, who interviewed Meghan Markle for Vanity Fair, says she developed a keen sense of social justice at a young age, thanks to her mother, who would often bring her to feed the homeless on Skid Row.
She's always been aware of suffering in the world.
But the cause that would most shape the future royal were women's equality issues.
My name's Meghan Markle. I'm 12 years old.
When Meghan was a 6th grader at Hollywood Little Red Schoolhouse, she was struck by a commercial she saw in class.
A commercial came up for Ivory dishwashing soap, and the narration said,
"Women are fighting greasy pots and pans with Ivory Clear."
And this 12-year-old child looked at that and thought, that's wrong.
It's always mom does this and mom does that.
She wrote a letter to me, and in the letter she said, after that commercial, the little boys in my class began to tease the girls and say, see, that's all you're good for. That's what girls do. Girls do dishes.
They knew it hurt my feelings.
Ellerby profiled young Meghan Markle on her show.
Dear sir, last week at my school...
Encouraged by her father, Meghan had also written a letter to Procter & Gamble.
So I was wondering if you would be able to change your commercial to people all over America. Thank you, Meghan Markle.
Procter & Gamble later changed the commercial.
People are fighting greasy pots and pans with Ivory Clear.
And an activist was born.
You can really make a difference for not just yourself, but lots of other people.
I knew after that story that this little girl wasn't going to change, that she was going to change her world.
But as Meghan sat in front of Buckingham Palace on a trip, she never knew what opportunities her future would hold.
Her heart is so big and so wide and so genuine. And she's also very savvy about how the world works.
I think she loved to rise to challenges. This door closed, let's find a window.
Megan was a top student, but it was also clear she had the acting bug.
We all knew she wanted to be an actress. She was in all the plays and in all the musicals. You knew also that she had the gift. She's got it. She's got it.
Megan chose prestigious Northwestern University in Evanston, Illinois, because of its fine theater program.
She was the rush chair the year that I rushed. As the rush chair, she's the one who opens the door and welcomes you to Kappa, and she opened the door, and it's like a ray of light shining from above.
And I just always remember saying that she like looked like a princess. I don't know how else to describe it.
She was very beautiful, but she also seemed really genuine. It never seemed like she was acting the role that she was, it just was who she was.
She just radiates this like ridiculous aura.
Megan graduated from college in 2003, the first in her family to do so, and she moved back to LA. The next year, she started dating film producer Trevor Ingleson. Just 2 years later, she landed a gig as a briefcase girl in the NBC game show Deal or No Deal.
24, open the case.
Finding good acting roles proved difficult.
She was kind of horrified to read these scripts that she was being sent, these parts. They didn't even have names. It was, pretty girl number 1.
Hi.
She played the hot girl in the Ashton Kutcher movie, A Lot Like Love.
And it was such a short part, but we were so excited because that was like a big deal.
The roles eventually got better, but Meghan Markle felt her ethnic ambiguity may have made things more challenging in a label-driven town. But in 2011, the legal drama Suits changed everything.
She blew us away.
Meghan auditioned for the part of Rachel Zane, a paralegal turned lawyer that had no assigned ethnicity.
The qualities that we were looking for in Rachel Zane were intellect.
You wouldn't even know where to look without me.
Beauty.
Do attractive women intimidate you, Arthur?
Humor. Approachability.
Just don't understand, Mike.
Meghan was the right person for the job.
That same year, she married Trevor Ingleson in Jamaica. But the marriage crumbled after less than 2 years. Meghan continued living in Toronto, where the series is filmed.
Working with her was great.
Dad, what are you doing here?
She's a lovely, lovely actress. She kept me on my P's and Q's, kept me on my toes.
Wendell Pierce joined the cast in the second season, but his role would shock some viewers. It was a bit of a surprise when they brought you in as her father, wasn't it?
For some people, I guess.
It's because I thought they didn't know exactly what her ethnicity was, and then you show up and you're the black father.
Right, that was the reveal.
Is it so hard to believe that my father's black?
Meghan was disappointed by some of the racist reactions on social media, but wasn't surprised.
I'm biracial. Most people can't tell what I'm mixed with. And
she had dealt with the issue all her life, as she shared in this PSA.
Some of the slurs that I've heard or the names hit me in a really strong way. I am really proud of my heritage on both sides.
Meghan Markle, always an activist and now a rising actress, recognized that she now had a platform to effect change. Little did she know that across the ocean, a young prince was being raised with the same drive and compassion, and that together, they would make history.
When I found out about it, I was like, oh, that's the twinkle in her eye. That's the smile on her face.